Today we will see class 12 macroeconomics unit 6 lesson 5 money. Learning objectives 5.1 introduction, 5.2 barter system, 5.3 functions of money, 5.1 definition of money, 5.5 money supply. 5.1 introduction. Money is the most important discovery of modern times. It is the foundation stone around which all the economic activities revolve. It is very difficult to imagine the modern economic life without money. It is the basic necessity of all economies. For various stages of evolution of money, refer Power Booster section. 5.2 Barter system. Before money was invented, the primitive world's trade was carried out according to the barter system of exchange. Meaning of barter exchange. In the beginning of civilization, human needs were simple and limited. People used to exchange goods with each other to satisfy their wants. Barter exchange referred to exchange of goods for goods. An economy where there is a direct barter of goods and services is called a barter economy or CC economy, in bracket where C stands for commodity. For example, when a farmer gives wheat and gets cloth from the weaver, in turn it is known as a barter exchange. A barter system can work when there exists double coincidence of wants. Double coincidence of wants refers to the simultaneous fulfillment of mutual funds of buyers and sellers. In the above example, want for clothing by the farmer coincides with the want of weaver for wheat. However, it is very difficult to find double coincidence of wants in the real life. It leads to huge trading costs. Trading cost. The trading cost refer to the cost of engaging in trade. Trading costs are of two types. One, search cost. It refers to physical cost that a person has to endure to reach a person with whom they may enter into a barter deal. For example, if the farmer has to research for a person who is ready to exchange wheat with cloth, then efforts required for searching involve time and physical energy. This constitutes the research cost. Search cost can take two forms. A. Opportunity cost of time spent in search, in bracket otherwise some other activity could have been done during the same time. B. Cost of deteriorations caused to good during search period. 2. Disutility of waiting. It refers to discomfort involved in waiting for the appropriate person who is willing to buy what you want to sell and is willing to sell what you want to buy. With rise in economic activities, the exchange through the barter became more difficult and complicated. Let us discuss the various limitations of barter exchange. Limitations of barter exchange. The major limitations of barter exchange are: 1. Lack of double coincidence of wants. Barter system can work only when both buyer and seller are ready to exchange each other goods. For example, A can exchange goods with B only when A has what B wants and B has what A wants. However, such double coincidence is very rare. 2. Lack of common measures of value. In the barter system, all commodities are not of equal value and there is no common measures in bracket unit of value of goods and services in which exchange ratios can be expressed. For example, if A has wheat and B has rice, then it is difficult to decide how much wheat is needed to exchange with 1 kilogram of rice in the absence of common measures. The exchange ratio is fixed randomly in which one of the party generally suffers. Barter system can work with the few commodities in the primitive society. However, it is very difficult in the modern economy where we need millions of exchange ratios for a large number of goods and services. 3. Lack of standard of deferred payment. Under barter system, contracts involving future payments or credit transaction cannot take place with the case because of following reasons. A borrower may not be able to arrange goods of exactly same quality at the time of repayment. B. There may be conflict regarding which specific commodity is to be used for repayment. C. The commodity to be repaid may lose or gain its value at the time of repayment. So it is very difficult to make deferred payments in the form of goods. 4. Lack of store of value. Under barter system, it is difficult for people to store wealth for future use because A. Most of the goods in bracket like wheat, rice, vegetables, etc. do not possess durability, that is, their quality deteriorates with the passage of time. P. Storage of goods requires time and efforts. As a result, goods cannot be used to store the earnings for a long period. Moreover, drawback of barter exchange. Lack of divisibilities is another limitation of barter exchange. For example, if the price of a horse is equal to 100 kg of wheat, then the person having 20 kg of wheat cannot be exchanged for the horse because it is not possible to divide the horse into small pieces without destroying its utility. So barter exchange between divisible and indivisible goods in a small values cannot be carried out without a loss of value. With so many difficulties, barter exchange could not continue for a long time. As a result, it was replaced by a monetary exchange, that is, buying and selling of goods with the help of money. Money has been defined differently by different economists. The most accessible definitions of money can be stated in terms of all the functions of money. So let us first discuss the main functions of money. 5.3 Functions of money. The functions of money can be broadly categorized under the two heads. 1. Primary functions in bracket main or basic functions. Second, secondary functions in bracket subsidiary or derivative functions. Functions of money. Primary functions, secondary functions. Medium of exchange, measure of value, standard of deferred payments, store of value. 1. Primary functions. Primary functions include the most important functions of money which it must perform in every country. These are: 1. Medium of exchange. Money as a medium of exchange means that it can be used to make the payments for all the transaction of goods and services. It is the most essential functions of money. Money has the quality of general accessibility, so all the exchange takes place in terms of money. This function has removed the major difficulties of lack of double coincidence of wants and inconvenience associated with the barter system. Use of money allows purchase and sale to be conducted independently of one another. This function of money facilitates trade and helps in conducting transactions in an economy. Money has no power to satisfy human wants, but it commands power to purchase those things which have the utility to satisfy the human wants. For how does money separate the acts of sale and purchase? Refer Hodge. 2. Measure of value, unit of value. Money as a measure of value means that money works as a common denomination in which the values of goods and services are expressed. By reducing the value of all the goods and services to a single unit, that is price, it becomes very easy to find out the exchange ratios between them and comparing their prices. This function facilitates maintenance of business accounts which would be otherwise impossible. Money helps in calculating relative prices of goods and services. Due to this reason, it is recorded as a unit of account. For instance, rupee is the unit of account in India, pound in England, and so on. 2. Secondary functions. These refer to those functions of money which are supplementary to the primary functions. These functions are derived from primary functions and therefore they are also known as derivative functions. The major secondary functions are: 1. Standard of deferred payments. Money as a standard of deferred payments means that money acts as a standard for payments which are to be made in future. Every day, millions of transactions takes place in which the payments are not made immediately. Money encourages such transaction and help in capital formation and economic development of economy. These functions of money is significant because money as a standard of deferred payments has simplified the borrowing and lending operation. It has led to the creations of financial institutions. 2. Store of value (asset function of money). Money as a store of value means that the money can be used to transfer purchasing power from present to future. Money is a way to store wealth. Although wealth can be stored in other forms also, but money is the most economical and convenient way. It provides security to the individual to meet the contingents in predictable emergencies and to pay the future debt. Under barter system, it was difficult to use the goods as a store of wealth due to the perishable nature of some goods and high cost of storage. Money as a store of value has the following advantages. Money is available in financial denomination ranging from 1 to 1000 rupees. Money is easily portable, so it is easy and economical to store money as storage does not require much space. Money has the merit of general accessibility, so it can be easily exchanged for goods at all times. Saving in terms of money are much more secured than in terms of goods. One more secondary functions of money. Money has also performed the functions of transfer of values. By transfer of value, we mean transferring the value of durable and immovable goods from one place to another through money. Anybody can sell this immovable property at any particular place and buy a property at some other place. These functions provides the mobility to machinery, land and goods. Thank you. Subscribe for more knowledge. Sharing is caring.